with the black community. We'll start there, right? We talked about it, and I told you that I had some conversations with some, people in the industry, and half of the people said you're making the biggest mistake for your brand, right? Because you bring in Tekashi in, he's going to troll the interview, and even if he doesn't troll it, the black community is going to be mad for certain reasons we're about to address, right? And then I had some people say, do it. Give him an opportunity to speak. And also, there's something about you that I can connect with, and we're going to get to that. But that was the advice I was given, right? And so the people that said, do it, said you have to ask those questions on behalf of the community. And you said it's no holds barred. We're about to ask anything. Because when we talked, I told you it was really risky for me to do it because I have a black platform, the Shade Room. Majority of the people that follow the Shade Room are black. And the black community at this point, where would you say the black community stands with you at this point? Would you say that,
it's
from your point of view?
It's kind of a trick question because the black community, to me, I always loved the black community. My girlfriend's black. You know my girlfriend.
So you like black women?
Yeah, I love black women. I'm with a black woman, like, straight,
Have you always dated black women, like, from the...
Yeah. Like, my first girlfriend, I don't know if she's going to see this interview, but my first girlfriend was Maltea, like, in the second grade. So the first girl I ever dated was black.
And why do you think that is? Because you're Mexican, you're from Mexico.
Yeah, well, I grew up in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Like, I went to PS 59 in Aguadilla. So, like, that, if you know, so, you know Jay-Z. Jay-Z is Marcy Projects. I'm Sumner Projects, like Locust, like, so Sumner, Tompkins.
How far is that for people that are not
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah,
so you grew up 3 minutes away from where Jay-Z grew up.
Yeah, like that's my neighborhood, and everybody's there black, and I'm the only Mexican kid. Like growing up, you call like yo Taco Bell, like
really,
like.
All
my friends are black.
So you're not really connected with Mexican culture, would you say?
No, I am. Hell yeah, like I am.
Like from your family, but not from your.
Like my mom don't speak no English.
So the number one reason I would think that there's contention between you and the black community, right, especially the male black community, would be Nipsey Hussle, right? So recently, right, you went down to Buffalo Wild Wings where there was a Nipsey Hussle mural, and a lot of people, and I'm gonna tell you this, right, when you did that. Because we know that Nipsey Hussle said something about you before in a song, or he talked about he had a line that said something about a rat, right? You right? But he passed away and he was memorialized by black people, and he is a legend in the black community, and he's somebody that everybody reveres. And so it's like any culture. If you go to the Hispanic culture, you go to the Asian culture, whoever they revere, they're going to be attached to, and they're going to feel hurt when they feel like there's trolling going on or something like that, right? So when you went to Buffalo Wild Wings, you took that video in front of the Nipsey Hussle mural, and you was dancing a little bit, and then you...
No, I didn't dance. All I did was, I had a couple fans out there. I waved to the fans. I was on the line. I think it's a Fat Burger. I'm not from here. It's like a Fat Burger. Something there.
Yeah.
So I waved. There was a line like a drive-through, so I waved. Then the lady in the video, you could clearly see a lady get out like she was working and waved at me. So I waved at her, and I said I want to go pay my respects to Nipsey. Granted, a lot of people say that I went out there to troll.
Now I'm going to tell you what happened when you did that. His people, a lot of people that were connected to him, I had people calling me in tears. You know what I mean? They were crying because they were like, we can't believe he would, like they're grieving, right? And they took it so deeply. And I could understand why. So I want to ask you, like, to be real with me, like, seriously be real. What was your intentions of going to the Nipsey Hussle mural and posting it?
Now, let me tell you this. The people that called, right, and I'm going to answer your question. I remember the question, what was my purpose? But I want to ask you this. Before I got locked up, right, before I was arrested, before the cooperation, if Nipsey didn't, like you said, like Nipsey made a song, I never heard the song. But why would he make a song about me? Why?
Well, he didn't make a song about you, but people are saying that there was a line that you may have missed. There's some hazy rumors around you.
When I was locked up, I didn't even know that how he died. Like, all I see, remember, I don't got no cell phone, I don't got nothing. All I see is TMZ, Channel 4 saying infamous rapper Nipsey Hussle has passed away. So I don't even know.
So according to you, saying you never had any beef with Nipsey.
I never, listen, I got $1 million in that duffel bag right now. If you find a video right now of me dissing Nipsey Hussle, like like before my arrest or before all of that, I'll give $50,000.
So what was the purpose? So what was the purpose of you going to his funeral?
Just paying my respects to LA. You know, if I show you my Spotify, my back end, my most listeners is Los Angeles. Second, I'll take a guess. What is it?
New York?
Chicago. We wouldn't even know that. I didn't even know. When I had the label meeting before I did the album release, my top listeners is LA, Chicago, then it's like Dallas, and then it goes, and New York is not even number one.
So let me ask you this question then. When you posted it, did you know people would be mad? Did you know people would take it to
I don't know why though, but why would they? What's the difference between, all right, let me ask you something.
Because I'm going to tell you why.
What's the difference between me doing it?
Yeah.
And just give me any rapper, name one, out of the top of your head.
The Migos.
What's the difference between me and the Migos doing it?
The difference is, and I'm be clear with you, like I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. The difference is that everybody knows what Nipsey stood for. Everybody knows that Nipsey was against, snitching. He was really, he really abided by the street code, right? So when you went there, right, and correct me if I'm wrong, did you say it was a store? Nipsey Hussle was like store that you were at?
Yeah, it was closed. I went, I got out the car. There was people there selling bandanas, corona masks. So I said, yo, I can't do it here. So I went on the same block around and we did it there. Like, this is the thing. I don't think they all fit. You know what I'm saying? Because if I do it, it's trolling. If I do it, oh, you didn't represent. How did I represent? To be honest, I don't even consider myself a snitch. Let's put it like that.
This is what I feel. I feel like you have a hard time sometimes taking accountability. Would you say that about yourself? Have you heard that?
Or do I have accountability? Let's start. What do I have a hard time accepting? And I'll be completely transparent.
If I were you, I'd be like, hey, Pop Smoke, we put in Pop Smoke and talking about how he died, and you're using that to justify why I have security could be, seen as, people could take that as disrespect just because he's passed. You know what I mean? And so, but that's just one thing.
Let me touch on. You know me and XXXTentacion? XXX was my close friend. I'll pull up the DM like I did in Upton. The day before he died, he texted me and said, be safe and never let your guard up, right? The next day he died. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. Read that out loud for the people.
Be safe, okay? Never let your guard down. That was on June 16th.
June 16th. Be safe. Never let your guard down. What would happen if X had security? Would he be here with us today?
Yeah, he would be here with us.
You know when X...
Possibly.
You know when X died? You know what everybody was saying in the comments? Where was his security? Why does he have a duffel bag full of $50,000 with no security? Right? Pop Smoke. You know what they were saying? What Rachel was telling me where was his security? Why wasn't his boys there? For somebody who's so hated like me, if I didn't have security and I got it, people are going to be like, where is security? But when you have security, you're soft.
You know why?
Why?
And I'm going to tell you the difference, right, that a lot of people would say, right, is that you have built a persona, right, and this is going to get into why people are like, oh, cancel him, this and that. You built a persona of being like almost this invincible person, and I want to talk to you about that.
Shouldn't I feel like that? Shouldn't you wake up every morning and look at you like, yo, I'm that bitch? I wake up in the morning and I'm like,
feeling invincible and being that bitch are two different. You know that.
Okay. So explain it to me.
So to me, this is what I want to do, right? I want to go back because I remember reading an interview where you said that you felt that your stepdad was invincible.
Yeah.
When you were younger. And so when you said that you felt your stepdad was invincible, what did you mean by that?
Okay.
What does invincible look like to you?
Invincible. All right. So my dad, right? May he rest in peace. My dad was a street guy, right? My mom is a Mexican immigrant lady
protector.
He was just like everything to me. You know what I'm saying? When I lost him, I felt like I had to become invincible. You know what I'm trying to say?
So you're embodying his spirit.
Yeah. Like my dad was my superhero to me. Like that's my like I wish he could have saw me now, like, and be like, yo, that's my son. You know what I'm trying to say?
Now, this is one of the, remember I said that we have some things in common, and this is one of the reasons why I was really interested in interviewing you, because my mother, right, I lost my mom to domestic violence, right? But I noticed in my life that I've met men, right, that are similar to my father, that kind of try to, like, it's almost like they're similar to my father, and they get me in a marriage, or try to get me in a marriage, you know what I mean? And then, switch up, and Osaka had the same fate, right? And so what we call, you say you grew up in a church, and what a lot of church people call that is generational curses, right? And so when you think about your father, do you think that you're subconsciously, kind of emulating him being invincible to the point of, because your father, and I hate to say this right now, like, and I connect with you because I lost my mother. Would you say that you're embodying his spirit and that you've had to face some of those generational curses?
I feel like what happened with my dad made me into the person I am today. I feel like the world is not fair. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you lost your mom, I lost my father. There's kids in foster care that lost both their parents. There's people. The world is not fair, right? There's people out there miserable at their own lives that they try to make you feel bad for the way you act, you are. All of the things I've been through in life made me the person I am today.
A lot of people want to know how much.
You're looking at my watch.
I mean, but how much is security per month?
Security is a lot of money. I don't want to talk about these guys paying. Like, it's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Is it 6 figures a month?
No, 6 9, definitely not. No, it is. Yeah, it is.
It's 6 figures a month?
Yeah, it is. And the amount of men, though. And then the bulletproofs.
So do you ever feel like, because now we're in the pandemic and you can't tour, and a lot of rappers can't make money traditionally, but you said you came out of jail making more money. How so?
I got richer. Like, I got richer in jail because I signed a $13 million deal while I was incarcerated.
So,
and it's being created by
So you signed to a label and got $13 million.
Yeah, $13 million.
And then you had a lawsuit with Fashion Nova. What happened with that?
No. All right, so this is
it done? Is it settled?
No, this is where it gets to. We speak to Rich all the time. Guess who Rich signed that deal with? That I didn't know.
Oh.
He signed the deal with Shotty, and Shotty they sent him $225,000. Shotty gave me $120. This guy was just wilding, like, and but the thing that, remember, he was sleeping with Alexis Sky. He was sleeping with Lance Stevenson's baby moms, Phoebe. He was sleeping with Cuban Savage. He was sleeping with all the girls that I would talk, like Betty Idol. And he was promising me, I'm going to make you into a star.
Can I ask you, okay, this is unrelated.
And they were just like, oh shit, like this is remember Alexis Sky tried to do that rapping thing, remember? She would call my phone like, yo, I'm about to get in the studio, Like, yeah, like, just because you fucking with Shotty don't mean I'm going to get in the studio with you, you know what I'm saying?
And I asked this question before, but I want to ask it again. Why do you think people in the industry pass around the same girls? Yeah, I'm not talking about Alexis Sky, but I'm talking about just any girls.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know, but I don't,
like when you take her home, do you think, oh yeah, she was with so. Not that it matters, but I'm just saying like.
Because look at the most popping girls, right? The most lit girls.
Yeah.
Like they all been ran through, like.
And you don't mind taking the ran through?
To me, like, I love a whole ass bitch. Like, me, I get.
You know what? I can't wait here.
I love that nasty shit. Like, you gotta get nasty with me because I'm a nasty. Like, if we start talking, it's gonna get rated. Like, I love nasty. Like, I mean, you gotta have some wholeness. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that shit. Like, I don't wanna name no names, but look at the biggest stars, right? Before they was stars, and they was in the club, they was getting broke out, trained, ran on, a whole bunch of stuff. And now just because they a star, their man loves them. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, come on, like, you don't want me to go crazy right now, cause, like, they know, like, I know. Like, again, I'm from Brooklyn, so I know all the tea.
Who got ran through real quiet. He got, look, hey.
Yo, you act like you don't know who got ran through New York?
Hey, are we talking about a female rapper?
Yo, come on, man. Let's get, what's next question?
I'm trying to think about who's from New York.
I don't want to hurt no feelings. Let's keep it pushing, man. Where my balls? What up, man? What's going on, man? Y'all know I'm still a ball.
Wait. Who you talking about?
I'm still a ball.
Are you talking about Nicki Minaj?
No, but that's my bitch. Like I'm saying, I'm
saying I didn't think you were talking about Nicki.
No, I'm saying I'm Team Nicki.
Oh, you Team Nicki?
Yeah, I'm Team Nicki.
So now we know who we talking about.
Yeah,
all right.
Team Nicki. What are you? You Team Nicki?
What
are you?
I'm Team Shade Room. I'm Team Shade Room. I got love for Nicki though. So we were talking about jail. So jail. Tell me, did you ever?
I prayed through something. I prayed waking up.
Yes.
I prayed in the middle of the day at 6 o'clock, and I prayed before I went to sleep.
And when you prayed?
And they were prayed over the phone together too.
And when you prayed, did you ever hear God talk back?
God would send me little signs.
Like give me an example.
Coronavirus, I feel like it was God. I caught bronchitis twice in prison. They sent me to the hospital. I had my mucus in my lungs. I caught 2 asthma attacks. 2 asthma attacks. I caught bronchitis once. Sorry.
But and when I talk about these conversations with God, really what I want to know.
I say, God, whatever you got in purpose for me, I'm just following whatever you got going on. Because I would see like motions getting pushed back, this, that, and the third. 47 years didn't make sense, and God's pleading out to 15 years. It just didn't make sense. So at that point, I'm just like, God, you in control, and I'm following whatever you. And I already knew what I was doing, so I believed in myself. Like, all right, this decision I'm gonna make, whether it change my life forever, I know this is the right decision. Because listen, if they don't kill me on the street, they're gonna kill me inside of the prison, right? Because I'm already a player. I said, fuck all these dirty bloods. They're gonna kill me in prison. And if they don't kill me in prison, they're gonna kill me out on the street, and I'd rather take my chances out on the street.
But you can imagine that, and the reason why I know this is because I do the Shade Room, so I own the Shade Room, so when I talk about God, people are like, really? You know what I mean? So I feel like when you talk about God, there are going to be some people who are like, okay, so you think God saves you, and I'm not saying anything about it because I know who God is, right? But you think God saves you, you think that God saves you from going to jail, but the other people have to go to jail, or God saves you from getting shot, but the other people get shot, or you know what I mean? Basically, it's like they're like, why? What makes you? What are you? So, because you know, a lot of the principles of God, some people will say you don't practice, right? Some of them. So when you're talking to God in jail, is there a point where you're like, okay, this is what I promise I'm gonna do moving forward?
I'm not gonna lie. In 2015. And this, I think about it all day. I told God in 2015, nobody knows this because it's just between me and God. I told 2015, I said, remember when I got locked up for the child sexual misconduct with an underage girl? I said, God, I'm no longer going to rap no more. I swear to God, if you get me out of this situation and you set me free, I'm never going to rap no more because rap is the devil's music. Right? I made that promise to God.
What made you come to that conclusion?
No, because my mom will always tell me, like, yo, you see what this got you? Because remember, I got caught up in that situation, trying to be a rapper and trying to do viral shit for Instagram with girls and not knowing that girl was underage. That took me to that place, and I came to that, and I promised God, please, get me out of this situation, get me out of Rikers Island. I promised I would never rap no more. Came home, and I still rap, and I broke that promise with God. But then I said, what if I'm doing this, but God is using me for a bigger purpose, right? Like, nobody knows that. I'm telling you that now. But between me and God, I tell God I'm sorry all the time. I'm sorry because I'm just trying. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing where God understands my mom, how she raised me, how we grew up, and understands that I got a bigger purpose. You know what I'm saying?
And so you saying basically, hey, look, you know, we're all sinners. Like we all make mistakes, but my heart is for God, and that's the most important thing.
Exactly. So that happened, and now I'm home, and I'm just trying to, like, my thing too, Angel, I want to ask you, right? And this is because a lot of people want to know. There's this street code, right? And there's rules to the street, like street fundamentals, right? Street rules, stand tall. What? If you had to think about street rules, what street rules? Loyalty.
no loyalty amongst thieves?
I heard that before, and I'm just saying, you can't fight fire with fire and say, oh, just because you did wrong, I'm gonna do wrong. But it just
is a gang life ever loyal though? I know it to be full of snakes and full of betrayal.
Me and Akon made Locked Up Part 2, right? And in Akon's verse, he said, everybody wants to talk the street code, but they only follow when it's convenient for them. So everybody wants to follow the street code, right? But if they was in my shoes, they would have did the same thing. There's no loyalty in the street. Remember that saying, the streets love nobody? You remember that saying? There's no loyalty with people that do this, but what an idiot wants the world to believe, right? Right? What the idiot wants the world to believe is to say, oh, these people could do you wrong, but stay loyal to them. Even though I wouldn't, I want you to, because I want to make it seem like I'm this hardcore gangster that would do different than what you did, because you know what you signed up for. I know what I signed up for. And I know that what I signed up for was to be loyal to these guys by expecting loyalty back. You give what you get. You get what you give. So if I'm loyal to these guys, I respect loyalty. I don't go out and Shawty has this girl named Quay. I don't go fucking Quay. I don't go taking money from your pocket. I don't go and I'll kidnap you. I don't go and do this, that, and the third. So when it's done to me, I'm supposed to sit there and eat it? No, you're lying. You're a hater. You're just mad that I did something and I had the courage to do that you wouldn't do.
So now that
I owned what I did.
So now that you've done it, and now that you have cooperated, it seems to me that you're going to continue to fight, and let me know if I'm wrong, for all of the rats to get the same treatment. Because do you see that how that could be an irrational fight?
No, what my fight is to be fair.
Yeah, you want everybody who has done something similar to you, or has done something that you've done, to be treated with the same.
I think what I'm doing now at this point is just when I speak on certain situations, I just want you to be fair. Anybody who I talk to, whether it's Angie, whether it's academics, whether it's this, if you're gonna bash me, say not only you, but everybody else, when you talk to them, bring up what they did. Don't just bring up what I did. Because what it is let's single you out. Let's single just you out. Don't talk about them because we want to keep liking them. We don't want to have a thought in our heads to say, all right, remember when we spoke about domestic violence and you know how that could hurt me, right? And I understand that hurts you.
It hurt me to hear it right now, yeah, because it's
a touchy subject. It's just that's how I feel when it comes to me. It's like, don't give us that thought of someone we like a Snoop Dogg or somebody, because you like them. So instead of a point where it's like, we know they snitch or we did some type of snitch and there's some type of evidence on it, but we don't want to think about it because we like them. But you're so easy to hate that we can...
I don't think people know that. I don't think people have come to the conclusion as a general public that Snoop Dogg snitch.
So because there was no social media at the time. If I pull it up and I put the whole paperwork right now on the camera, would that be... I don't want to put you in that situation, but it would be wrong to use this platform to expose them when I could use my own platform. That's me thinking about you.
I hear what you're saying, and what you're saying is, what I'm saying is this, right? Black people are very protective of the legends in our community. I think every culture, every culture is protective, like, of the legends that come out of their community, and black people are especially protective over black men, right? So it's a whole culture of things, and so I wonder, because I know that they're not going to treat you the same, and it's not just because you're not black, it's not just because you're 6'9" and you're successful, it's because people really have issues, right? So there are people who say, I'll never ever support 6ix9ine because of the domestic violence, right? And then you have to understand, that makes you a polarizing figure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have these attributes to you that certain people may not like. They may not like the trolling, can you admit that some people won't like the trolling? And so, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think that sometimes, if you look at the picture as a whole, it's like, okay, Tekashi's in it with Dirk, Reese, you know what I mean? All of these people, just Meek Mill, everybody, right? And so when you're looking at a Meek Mill who has maybe two controversial public arguments, people are not saying he's problematic because it's only two. But you have about 10, 12. How many people do you have that you speak with?
I don't know. I just think I try to defend myself at every don't get the fair shot. Like you say, like we spoke about it before. If I say give me an African American rapper, you could sit here for 10 minutes and just keep naming. If I say give me a Latin American male rapper, you can't even give me one, and I'll give you 10 minutes to give me one.
So are you saying that you're getting in with people because you're Mexican?
No, because I just want a fair shot. Like I feel like everybody comes to me because it's like, oh, they don't have no real reason before to like me, but now it's because I ratted, I snitched. Let me tell you something. I don't know where you grew up at. I don't know if you're from the street. I don't know, but just act like have street fundamentals if you can, right? If you're a street girl, right? If you're a street girl, if you really believe in the street, right? If you believe in the street and you all about loyalty and honor, and you don't mess with people with dishonor, right? You can't mix. You can't, like, if you did something wrong, like Nipsey was very big on like, yo, if you cooperated with the police, get from around you. So street people have that mentality, right?
Yeah.
Act like you're a street person, right? And just have street fundamentals. If there's a guy that you know ratted, offering you a job, and you really need a job, you really need this job, you really need to get paid, but you know he ratted, would you take that job? And you're a street person. He's a rat. He's a known rat. He ratted, and he's about to cut your check.
I wouldn't take it if I'm against ratting.
You wouldn't take it if you're against ratting?
I was against
Why?
ratting.
Because it's about honor, and it's about loyalty. It's about integrity. You ever heard the word integrity? It's having morals, because you have to stand tall on something.
I think integrity.
I wouldn't take money from a rat, because my integrity, my loyalty to the street,
Can we look up the word integrity on your phone?
Yeah. Let's do it right now. Let's do it quick.
I love looking up words. Even when I know the answer already.
I spelled it wrong, but I know they're going to.
How did you spell it?
I spelled it I-N-T-E-G-R-T-Y. And I spelled it wrong.
Almost.
All right. The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. So you being a street dude, wouldn't associate yourself with a company or a job knowing, yo, this person ratted, but this person has a job that I need to get paid, but my morals and my integrity, my principles won't allow me to take that job, correct?
If it's against my principles, yeah.
If it's against your principles. Let me ask you something. And be honest with me. Don't try to whip your way out. You think Meek Mill is against ratting?
Here's the thing.
No, please answer the question, because this is going to be very direct.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't follow Meek Mill that hard.
But I just want to know, do you think
I think he is.
he is against ratting?
He definitely stated publicly that he's against ratting.
He's against ratting. Meek Mill is signed management deal with Roc Nation. The CEO of Roc Nation is a known cooperator for the federal government. Guess who cuts Meek Mill's checks? The federal government. Desiree Perez, who is the CEO of Roc Nation, cooperated with the federal government in the 1990s. She was distributing kilos of cocaine. She wasn't a federal agent. She was a civilian, a cartel distributor who was caught by the federal government, made into a rat, and they made her wear a wire, and she took two cartels down. Going to being said, if you're so against ratting and principles and integrity and morals, you don't sign with a rat. So basically saying, oh, I'm just going to single out 6 9 because he ratted, but I won't say that my boss is a rat. That's being fake. That right there is saying, I'm a hypocrite. You know what's a hypocrite? And I say, I don't fuck a rat, but I'll sign to a rat.
So that's the source of all of this.
No.
That's the source of the trolling.
No.
Now, what is it now? This is what I'm saying.
No, don't fight it.
I'm not fighting it. We've heard
No,
say that.
don't fight it. Hold on.
I'm not.
I'm not. Is that against principles? If you were a street person.
If I was a street person, I'll be against principles.
There you got it.
So this is what I'm saying, right? So
I'm just being smart. Yo, you can't be smart when you, and I'm time to be smart and then play dumb when it's time. Because people want to wiggle out. If I had me...
No, the reason, you know why people are wiggling? Because we can't verify this information.
Okay, so let me...
And even if you Google it...
Google's fake now?
I'm not, listen. This, when Meek Mill has an interview, let's interview Meek Mill about this. But I have some more questions for you, right?
Desiree Perez is a business person, right? Desiree Perez, Chief Operating Officer at Rock Nation. Rock Nation's Chief Operating Officer since 2009. People also search for Meek Mill, who is signed to Rock Nation. Desiree Perez, right? Let's just put Desiree Perez. Damon Dash, worry of Jay-Z associate A-Rod advisor Desiree Perez. Daily News, is that Daily News credible? It's the Daily News, they're going to be watching this.
They could.
Damon Dash, co-founder of Rock Nation Records, AP, was frightened by the iTunes 2014 report about Desiree Perez. A DEA informant and associate of Dash former partner Jay-Z, who advised disgraced Yankee star Alex Rodriguez during a diagnosis around doping litigation. This is the one time that the paper did scare me, Dash said during a March 4 interview on Sway Holloway's Sirius XM.
Okay, look.
Real quick. The story that spooked Dash reveals how Perez, the wife of a longtime Jay-Z wingman, Juan Perez, became a cooperating witness for the DEA in the 1990s. After her 1994 arrest for possession of 35 kilos of cocaine, Perez struck a hidden deal with the Fed, agreeing to wear a hidden wire to record her meetings with major cocaine traffickers. Her undercover informant work won her courtroom praise from federal prosecutors after she helped them break up major drug deals in Puerto Rico and Colombia. Therefore, Meek Mill is signed to a rat, but hates rats. Explain that.
Listen. Let's get to some of these questions because this interview is going to be 4 hours long. Okay.
I'm ready.
The next question is, so the next question, when you got locked up, your bank account statements were made public, and they said you had $1.7 million in the bank. Is that all you had at that time?
I had different accounts. The account that we gave him was my Chase account.
Okay.
When I was in jail, I ended up paying $2.1 million in just taxes. When I was in jail, I spent over $1.2 million in taxes. I mean, $1.2 million in expenses.
And how much went to Jay?
Look, when taxes came...
How much went to Jay?
I'm going to tell you right now, and Jay's watching it. I hope he downstairs. When I called the label, I said, if y'all don't sign me right now, I'm not talking out when I come home. And they said, all right, we're going to sign you. So they signed me. And I paid my taxes with the 13 million. I had like 2.1 million. I didn't have that because I was spending lawyer fees and a whole bunch of stuff. But let's get to Rachel. Rachel knows she expensive because I had got her car.
So you like your girls a little bit nasty? You like your girls a little bit nasty and a little bit expensive?
Yo, the stuff we was doing, like...
You like them expensive?
Yeah, I'm a trick. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Yo, girls know I love this. Like, me and Nikki got into an argument because she's like, yo, Danny, yeah, stop spending your money on all these little bitches in the club. Like, I heard, like, yo, let me do what I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'll be in the club spending $50.
How much did you spend on Rachel, though, out of the $1.2 million?
I spent a lot of money.
Like half?
300,000, 400,000, 500,000.
What? Over the course of how long?
Like $600,000.
And how long?
And like that year.
So if you spend $600, and I'm not nothing on Jay because I know you love her and she's a really nice person.
Yo, man, but you together outside of my respect.
No, I feel yeah, but you said that you have bad discernment. But what I was saying was like if you spend $600,000 on her in a year, how do you know that she's with you for love?
I don't care. I really don't care. Like me, yo, listen, I don't believe in love. I don't believe in long. Like yo, if we vibe, we vibe.
You don't believe in love?
Do you believe in love?
Yes.
Yeah. I can't ruin that for you. I don't believe in love.
So what do you believe in?
I believe in
when it comes to women.
I believe in just having I'd rather a friendship than a relationship. Like me and Jay play around
can't love on that level.
I'm not an affectionate dude, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, I'm affectionate when it gets there time, but it's like, I can't, my trust been broken. Like, I can't trust her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't trust her. She don't trust me, and we never gonna trust each other. But we respect, like, it's like, don't play with me like that. Like, it's like, it's weird, cause
it sounds dysfunctional.
we toxic.
Toxic is what it sounds.
Like,
all right. So the next question I have for you is Lil Durk said that you offered to pay him $3 million to troll him.
Do you believe that? Like, yo,
you
would I pay him something he's not even worth? Like, what Lil Durk that worth? Let's pull it up.
Okay.
Let's say and hit more than what he's worth. Like, I don't even think Lil Durk, like, right now, I swear to God, after this interview, I'll post on Instagram, Lil Durk, post me your bank account right now. Like, in your bank. I want to see if you even got $1 million.
Okay, so you saying that's not true? No amount of money was offered.
I think my security make more money than Lil Durk.
So you saying you didn't offer Lil Durk any amount of money? Not even $100,000.
I should just say yeah. That's how much nonsense that is. Imagine paying Lil Durk who can't sell over 100,000. Put it like this. I just dropped an album, right? I just dropped an album. Let's go to Apple Music. Let's go to browse. It's loading. Do you see me anywhere up here?
No.
When Lil Durk drops, he gets all this. He gets placed on Apple Music. He gets placed on New Music. I'm not even out there. I'm debuted to sell. I don't even think it's possible to this game, but I'm debuted to sell 150,000 first week.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody posting Lil Durk's album. Remember when May 8th? Remember when he dropped Just Cause You Waited Too? It was 45,000. What am I doing competing with a dude that can sell 45K?
So you okay, so we got that one.
I think when he did the Drake record, it gassed him like, oh, I'm hot. Bro, it's Drake's song.
Okay, so for the next...
I like this part. I picked him up there. That little money in the club.
It is a little bit. It is a little bit.
I feel like he shouted me out like, yo. Like,
it go a little bit.
When you play that song in the club,
it pops a little.
You think of me like, yo, 6ix9ine. That's what I'm saying. Like, he was thinking of me. Like, he was thinking of me while making that song. And it just goes to show, like,
it's a lot. But okay, so the next thing, you worked with Nicki Minaj.
That's my, yo.
So you saying y'all still cool to this day? Even after the statement that you made that she didn't help you get to number one?
No,
For troll.
That got me out of frustration because it was just like, yo, y'all don't give me my credit. You know I've been going platinum before. Like, I've been going platinum by myself. And I feel like people switch the narrative. Remember when I said Tekashi could love his mom? And then they switched to Tekashi loves his mom, but he's his dad. I got so mad at Nicki, like, I just texted her because I feel dumb. But Nicki I will never change my back on Nicki. I will never switch my back on Nicki. I will never do that because Nicki, like,
she held you down when...
Not only does she held me down, she's just a person that people don't understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I love that girl to death.
She worked with you on Trolls, and I remember that was a lot of very controversial.
I'm telling you, me and Nicki, and whatever she say about me, she could come out today. Nicki could come out today and say, fuck 6ix9ine, I hate him, I'll spit on him, and I'll bow down because that's the queen. That's my girl. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, I will never change my back on her because she is just somebody that is so, like, you don't know Nicki. Like, Nicki is just mad loving. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like me and her talk. And, you see how they snitch on her. I knew she was pregnant the whole time. I didn't say a word. You know what I'm trying to say? So me and her got that relationship. If it was somebody else, I would have told the whole world. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So, me and Nicki just got that relationship. So, like, again, like, I love her, and I just, you know, I got carried away in that interview because I just feel like people don't give me my credit, and I got carried away. And at the end of the day, Nicki could do no wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? She could literally fucking shit on my fucking head, and I'd be like, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my baby.
Okay, so going back to the jail, because we don't really cover that. Were you ever in isolation?
Trust housing PC.
I'm just wondering, because I think everybody, I think all of us on the outside, when we imagine your jail experience, you were in isolation.
Nah, I was in like a.
Or you eating filet mignon, like they delivering it. So Like, how was that like?
Ice cream though. I never seen no jail do that. They give us ice cream and Popeyes.
Oh, y'all had Popeyes?
Yeah, it was some big rat shit. Like I never seen no shit like that. They were giving.
How often did you get Popeyes?
Nah, I can't tell that because I ain't trying to get people in trouble.
Okay. So, but is jail as bad as it? I mean, like, what like, give me. Can you tell me one story? Can you tell me one story that was hard for you? Like the hardest part in jail? The trial?
Everybody was kicking my back. Yo, I literally went on ESPN, you know ESPN, and they were like, yo, Tekashi, they said, ESPN was like, yo, who you think is going to win? Who you think is going to win? I can't tell you, nigga. I ain't no snitch like Tekashi on ESPN, and everybody's watching that.
Wow.
And then I was watching the BET Awards, and then they put me up there. I was like, because I'm like, yo, when I go home, I'm going to turn up. Yo,
But you making it seem like jail was kind of cool for you. Because you're saying, I was around all snitches, so it wasn't no harm.
that wasn't harm.
We had Popeyes, and we had this. So I'm just saying, like, what was the hard part about it?
Being away from my family. I think being away from my family was the hardest part. And everything.
And I have another question to ask you. You talked about death, right? When you talked about death and that moment where you thought you were going to die, I think a lot of people feel like you don't care about your life. A lot of people feel like you don't care about death. I've never seen. I'm one of those people.
I'm care about that. Why you asking how much my security costs? I'm scared to die.
But you just told me that Shotty was on the phone saying you could shoot the security too. You know what I'm saying? Like security.
But they're away now.
I know that. But there's other gangsters out there. You know what I'm saying?
If I don't know about them, I don't fear them. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
But do you feel like your security makes you invincible?
Kinda. I mean, I don't know. I love my security. Like they mad cool. Like yo.
Okay. And as a rapper during in this time, how are you making? After the 13 million, how are you still getting money? Because you can't do shows.
I be scamming and shit. Nah, I be chilling. Like I be making money. Like
I almost forgot the wig question, because that's a big question.
yeah, nah.
Are there braids under there?
No.
Here's the thing. It's hot. I'm gonna tell you. We're gonna tell you. It's hot as hell in here. Okay. And that lace front ain't moving.
I told Rachel, yo, I'm gonna be paying mad money for wigs. Like for you, like nah. I need to get my.
How much does that wig cost?
Yo, Jonathan literally gets paid the most. I pay Jonathan like $15,000 every time.
Every week?
Every time he comes out.
Stop it.
That is serious.
Stop it, boo.
I swear to God.
Stop it.
I swear to God.
Stop it, boo. Where they at? Okay.
No, I'm serious.
This is the most unprofessional.
No, but listen, but I take care of my people.
What you mean? It don't cost $15,000 for a wig and an install. Are you flying them out?
Yeah, I'm flying them out.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I'm still trying to make it make sense.
Yo, y'all people in Jonathan?
I don't even know Jonathan, but I'm just saying, I heard of him, and I want to get my hair done by him. He was supposed to do my hair, but no, I'm saying I've never heard about $15,000. You know what I'm saying? That wig, that's a $1,200 wig and a $300 install. So do you have braids under there?
Nah, matter of fact,
because we do caps.
Because I got white people here. Rachel braids cornrows, but my hairline gets pushed so far back, my shit like back here. So
is it because of the glue?
Yeah, and she's like.
So your edges got pulled out.
And I was just gluing, trying to take this over the hand.
So why you just won't die, yo? I can't.
Alcohol, because I'm like, yo, the glue begins.
I know the struggle.
I'm like, yo. So